Hello, this is Antonina Gear of Simplistic Financials, and welcome. This is another sort of like a video tutorial. I wanted to show you about how to create a budget for your business, and not really how to create it because this one is already done, but kind of just want to let you know how simple it can be, but how effective it can be in your business. As I spoke before in many articles about budgeting, if you spent any time with me on simplisticfinancials.com or on any teleseminars or wherever, you will hear me talk a lot about budgeting because I love budgeting. A lot of my expertise and corporate America work experience has been in budgeting, budgeting manager, budgeting analyst. So I know the ins and outs of budgets for corporate, but want to bring it to you, the woman entrepreneur, so that you can use it in your business as part of your management tools. It is a very effective management tool, and it's one that every business owner should not be without. If you look at some of Fortune 500 companies, all of them use budgets. They use some sort of budgeting process, although it may be a little more comprehensive than a solopreneur might want to use, or a service based entrepreneur such as yourself might want to use. You still need to do budgeting. Budget helps you to actually tell your money where it needs to go in your business. It keeps you on top of things, it helps you keep money in your business, and things of that nature. So, this is one of the spreadsheets. It's an annual budget that I created in Excel, and it's actually part of my new financially savvy business finance starter kit, which comes complete with a bunch of simple financial statements that you can use immediately in your business. Comes complete with instructions on what to do. Basically, all you would need to do is plug in the numbers, and you can go to the products tab of the website and order and place your order for that and see all the wonderful testimonials. But this is one of my favorite spreadsheets. It is the budget. As you can see, I'm doing it from a perspective of a service-based entrepreneur, preferably a coach or consultant. So you'll see I have the top revenue, at the top, excuse me, the revenue items. This is all different ways that you might, as a coach or consultant, bring in income into your business. Okay. You may also see I have some guaranteed payments to owner. This is maybe what you pay yourself as compensation, insurance, and all that stuff. All these expenses here. Don't want to really spend time on the detail, but you can see different things that you may come in contact with in your business, or that most service based entrepreneurs come in contact with when working their business. And if you've been following the other video tutorials, you'll see this is sort of looks like an income statement, which is how most companies start or do their budgeting process. They take really the income statement shell and turn it into a budget. You'll see columns here where I have total budget, and you'll see how that'll work. That's your total budget for 2011, total actuals. This is the part where you'll come in every month, or every month at the beginning of a month, and really compare how you did compared to budget. So like if it's the first day of October, you'll put in your numbers here. Well, this is actually an automated field, but you'll put in your let's see, sorry for going so fast, but you'll put in your numbers here in the September column, your actual numbers, to see how you fared to budget for the month of September. And we're going to kind of just walk through that. But this is the budget, very simple. Here, this is where you will start if you were to begin your budgeting process. Actually, we're in the fourth quarter of the year already. Can you believe that? And really, this is the time where you should start your budgeting process, which is, or your planning process as well for your business, how you want to end this year, and how you're going to, and what you want to do and what you want to achieve in the next year. So this is what I call my budget assumptions tab, which helps to feed this consolidated budget that we just saw a few minutes ago. So, this is, and mind you, there's a whole other process that you probably need to go through with budgeting is to decide what are your goals and objectives, for next year. And your budget should reflect that. So, that's what my budget assumptions really amount to be. So, say we want to make a total revenue of $300,000, okay? And as you can see, it kind of split up that total for me in this section. So I'm assuming, and you'll see I have my narrative here. Again, that's a very important part of the budget is what are your assumptions? Explain how did you come up with these numbers, okay? So that throughout the year, whenever you have to come back and figure out what you did, you can remember and see, that's why I didn't meet my goals. I assumed 25%, but I really only got 10%. So this is just calculations, and if you buy this product, this is already filled out for you. If you need to make any changes, like say if I want to change it to 20%, I could just change it to 0, and it gives me another figure. But I'm going to take it back to 25%. So I assumed that the bulk of my business or the bulk of my income will come from coaching, consulting, and seminars. And I assumed each of those at 25%. And that gives you these figures here. And I also assume that 12.5% will come from training. So another 12.5% will come for information products, giving me a total of $300,000 in anticipated or expected revenue, which reflects the goal that I'm hoping for the next year. Guaranteed payments. This is something that I'm, as a solopreneur or a service-based entrepreneur, where you're not a corporation, you might be an LLC or sole proprietorship, as I talked about before in one of the other videos. I believe it was the income statement video, is that you cannot get a salary because the IRS does not look at your business, so to speak, as a separate entity if you're a solopreneur or an LLC. So you have to pay yourself a compensation. So you may say guaranteed payments to owner, or you may say compensation, or you might see someone say owner withdrawals. Here I anticipated about 33% of my total revenue that you will take or assume that you're going to bring in as your own income for running the business. And if you are a solopreneur, I know that sometimes money gets tight or whatever in business, but you should be paying yourself something. Or if you're not going to pay yourself something, you should still at least write yourself a check for the amount of whatever your compensation will be, and then give it to yourself, deposit it in your bank account or your personal bank account, and then put it back into your business if you don't want to take income for yourself at the present time, especially if you're a new business and you're just working things up. But that's just a side note. And as you can see here, the same expenses that I have here, you will see here, okay? So let's assume my insurance, I had assumed $250 per quarter, so that's $1,000. I'm assuming $100 a month cell phone. Office supplies will say $2,000. A computer I want to buy. Let's see. Okay. Printing, I might do a little bit. Advertising, you can assume here that you're going to have 15% of your budget as for marketing and advertising, which is a lot, but as you know, marketing brings in the money. So I'll do about 15% of revenue. Wow, $45,000. Okay, and these are just all fictitious numbers. You do it based on you. Dues and subscriptions, as you can see, I have here $125 per year. Savor their success. That's just something I put in there. 500 per year and 375 per year for other. So we'll just do this. 125 plus 500 plus 375. That gives you $1,000 for monthly subscriptions. $500 a month for rental space. If you're gonna rent an office suite, that's $6,000 a year. Depreciation, that's something I won't get into. I think I spoke a little bit about it in the balance sheet video, so check that out if you want to see that. Training and education, this is probably where you would do your personal development, investing in yourself. So I put here 500 per quarter. You might want to do a little bit more than that. That's $2,000 a year. Professional services, if you have coaching, you might have an accountant, you might have legal services that you pay for. So as you can see, I have $325 per month for coaching, legal services $500, CPA $250 per month. And I'm just gonna work this here real quick. That's about $12,900 in professional services. Excuse me. Then you have your website hosting fees, okay? Do that, $9.95 a month and $5 per month, so $14.95 per month. That gives you about $179 a year. So in my budget, this is what I'm assuming. So I also have something in there for taxes to come out. I also have a contingency, or what some people may call cash reserves. This is, and we talked about this in the income statement, this is what I'm assuming. Just putting a little fluff in there for the unexpected things that will happen that I might not necessarily have planned for, and then also business savings. So as you can see, I expect a net income loss of $61,240, which is usually what the IRS will expect you to pay taxes on, your net profit. So that's what I'm expecting to have as a profit for the year for my business. And so now this is the best part. Now it's filled out over here. And we looked at this earlier. And so it's taking it, everything that's on here, and filling it out by month. As you can see, this total budget coincides with my assumptions, right? So what you will do, the budget is already filled in, and then every month at the beginning of let's say it's October, and it's October 3rd, 4th, or 5th. This is when you will be doing and looking and reviewing your numbers for the month of September. So let's go over here and just plug in some numbers, okay? For September, let's just say 7,000, and we'll put that all the way down, except for there. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh. So we'll put this in there. Let's just say you might have met your goals for a few things. Okay, so here I put in the numbers for September. So, and this over under section is really your variance, what the difference between what you planned and what actually happened. So for this, it looks like it's over, but with the revenue side, it's really, you did better than what you planned. So you planned $6,250 for the month, and you actually brought in $7,000, and I think this was for coaching. Yeah, it was. Okay. And so you just kind of do that all the way down to kind of see how you're faring for the month. Okay, you did you had a little over in your one of this expense $82.50 you thought you would do, but you actually spent $9,000 or actually made $9,000. Okay. And you'll just do that all the way through. Okay, so you'll see here you expected 5103, but you did, your profit is 10,667. So you actually did very well for the month. Okay, and I need to change this. Excuse me. So it looks like you're at negative 5,564, but really it's over under, so you're under what you thought. Okay, just make sure this is what I want to see. Go back here. Excuse me. So much fun for me. Okay. So you budgeted 5103. You actually have a net profit of 10,667. That's a difference of $5,564. So you actually did better overall than what you thought you would do for the month of September. So that's it for the budgeting. And I will definitely encourage you to go ahead and purchase the Financially Savvy Business Finance Starter Kit. As I said before, it comes with about 6 or 7 financial statements. They're simple, they're effective, and they help you to become financially savvy in your business. As you already know, in order to be successful in business, you have to be able to stay on top of the money side of your business, and that comes with, looking at financial statements. So go quickly over to the website www.simplisticfinancials.com. Click on the products tab and you'll be able to purchase your business finance starter kit, right there, for a very low investment. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.